Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host, and welcome you to my review of Endless Love from 1981. Now, before I go on this review, I have covered the 2014 remake to Endless Love. In fact, this DVD was released in 2014 to coincide with the remake, which was getting released onto DVD. So, Endless Love to me, oh boy, Endless Love was a disaster of a movie. And yes, this movie is hard to watch. The movie is directed by notorious filmmaker Franco Zeffirelli, who in 1969 made Romeo and Juliet, which was considered the most controversial film. Once again, guys, I'm very sorry for this glare on the DVD cover, but I want to talk about Endless Love, and this is a movie. Oh boy, was this a hard watch. So, the movie stars Brooke Shields and Martin Hewitt. And I can tell you right now, Martin Hewitt in this movie, he's terrible. I will tell you, in this movie. He doesn't make this movie any good. Now, and he hasn't done anything else after this. So, let's run down the cast before I go ahead and talk about the plot. There's a lot to talk about this movie, so let's get started. This movie, it stars Brooke Shields, Martin Hewitt, as I said. This also has Shirley Knight, Don Murphy, Richard Kelly, Penelope Milford, and Beatrice Straight, which I think I know who Beatrice Straight is. It also has, I believe, James Spader and Tom Cruise only in brief cameo. This is actually Cruise's first movie, eons before Scientology, but that's another story for another time. So yeah, let's talk about the movie. So anyways, Jade Butterfield is a passionate 15-year-old beauty who discovers love for the first time. David Axelrod is a 17-year-old high school student who is obsessed. Excuse me, guys. Who is obsessed by his overwhelming passion for her as this affair unfolds. Their emotions become so powerful that they threaten to destroy their families. You'll see why. There's their sanity and their future. Featured Academy Award-winning nominee song by Lionel Richie and Diana Ross, plus the film debut of future superstar Tom Cruise. Endless Love is a compassionate story of the power of love based on the award-winning novel. Now, I never read the book, so I couldn't really tell you if that's any different. But I can tell you easy right now, a passionate love story equals uncomfortableness. I don't know what Franco Zeffirelli was thinking to make a movie. Now, compared to that remake, there was less love, and this is more love that it gets. Oh my God, can we stop right now? There are a ton of making out scenes in this movie. It's beyond disgusting. This movie. So right off the bat, it begins with the family, and we're introduced to Brooke Shields, who is Jade Butterfield, and she is basically this. She's a great student. Her parents love her, but then right off the bat, it starts with them at the planetarium. And realize they're starting to fall in love. The teacher spots him and says, "You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be with the other class." It's like, that's okay. I'm just with her. So then, all of a sudden, they decide to visit, and the father is a complete turd and doesn't like him. So what does he do? He decides that we got to put the fire. That's okay. I'll do it when I'm done. Step one. They make out, and yes, I will say I do like a lot of the colors. The positive in this movie is its cinematography, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And all of a sudden, the mom at first feels disturbed that these two lovebirds are, well, I hope I don't get YouTube strike for this, but making out. They make out with each other. I have to get into what this movie is trying to be. So the mother at first gets terrified, but eventually accepts it because that's her daughter's decision. The father's not keen because he's a complete and total ass. Excuse the language. So the father, I get that. The father's trying to look out. The whole point, that's good parenting. You want to be a good parent and teach a kid right from wrong, but the way they use in contact feels a bit off. You also have this parallel between each character, and then all of a sudden, like, the father finds out and tells him, stay out. Just stay out now. Stay out. I'll give you 30 days. Just stop. So now the father finds out that... So Jade is taking these pills. He's like, why are you taking these pills? He's like, no. I love this man. No, why are you taking these pills? And then something like that. So... he gets all antsy and mad, and she cries and cries and cries like a little 5-year-old. It really drives me nuts to the point, oh my gosh. Second day they make love again, and it's just, ooh. There are things about this that not only, look, when a love scene happens, it has to be done right in context. A love scene has to be done, to quote Richard Roeper when he reviewed Wild Things on the show, I like it when it's tastefully. This is just bad taste from start to finish. And another problem is, can we stop with the butt shots? I had to see every second with the guy's butt hanging out. I'm like, and I guess that's supposed to be that, but it doesn't make any sense. So then all of a sudden, he starts lighting the house on fire. So they have a party, and he's like, all of a sudden he decides to light the house on fire and does arson. What happens is Jade's inside the house, so he's an idiot for walking in there to try to get her out. Then he faints, the father brings him out, and now he's charged with arson, and it's like, you go loony bin or sent to prison. So where does he go? The loony bin, and then he goes completely psychotic. How dumb can you be? And that is in the remake. I do remember that the young man lighting the house on fire. But the problem is, in that remake, they didn't show him go to trial. In the original, he does go to trial. Also, another thing is, the actor in the remake was actually the same actor in the movie called Beastly, was the other movie, so he was in that. You see why I despise this movie? Everything about it. Tom Cruise has a brief role. It's only for like 5 seconds, and he's pretty much done. James Spader, a pre-Ultron, is in this movie. He plays the brother of S.H.I.E.L.D's character Jade, who basically knows something happened. So now he gets out of loony bin, and then the father gets all mad. Should have did prison time. He should have did prison time. And if I catch him, I will do something to him. So what does he do? He goes to New Jersey. I'm going to kind of spoil this. This isn't the actual real ending, but there is one of the endings I have to give away. So the father finds Axel. So Axel goes to New Jersey where she's located. When he's walking, he gets himself a kielbasa. He eats basically a bratwurst. So he gets a snack, and then all of a sudden, he sees the father, but the father tries to chase him. What happens? Smacked with a car, gets hit with a car, instantly killing the guy. So what does he do? He stands around and does nothing. Nothing. When you see someone get hit in the car, call 911. How much of an idiot can you be? Gosh, this movie was just a pain to get through. Everything about the movie. Let's talk about the only positive before I end this video, and it is the cinematography. I do like some of the shots with the light and the blues and the reds and the purple. I like the blue color on the characters. The love scene, for example, has a bit of a blue tint. That's kind of nice. But that's really about it. The winter scene near the end where Shields is walking, I think Shirley Knight who plays, I believe, her mom, maybe his mom. So the parents know that he's going insane. He was in the mental institution. He's going insane. They get him out. They get him out of the. He wants out of the mental institution. I'm going insane. So now they pull him out. I think I already mentioned that, but whatever. Anyways, like I said, the scene where Shields is now in the middle of, she's in the log cabin and the snow just looks absolutely gorgeous. So cinematography is the only praise I can say about this movie. I don't think this movie is directed well. I don't think Franco Zeffirelli's direction, it just wasn't that good. He would go on to direct Mel Gibson in 1990's Hamlet, but I don't know. Much like Romeo and Juliet, which was a very controversial movie from 1969, this movie is super controversial. I can't really think of any positives. Martin Hewitt is just a terrible actor. I find nothing interesting with his character. He's supposed to care much, but I think the actor who played him in the remake, the guy from Beastly, I think did a much better job. In fact, the Endless Love remake, I thought Bruce Greenwood was the best part of that movie. And even then I thought it was just okay. This movie is just awful. I don't know. This movie, it's gross at times. There's nothing, this movie, it's a movie that not only made me mad, but angry at the same time. I knew this was going to be a disaster, but I didn't think, I thought this was going to be a so bad it's good, it makes me want to laugh, but no. This is just a so bad it's bad. And this movie has qualified on my worst list. I don't know which one's going to be bad. I still have to watch plenty of other bad movies, but nothing will ever come close to how bad Endless Love is. And your performances, the parents, I used to think they're worth checking out. Spader's okay, but I don't know. This movie is also released by Polygram Pictures, who also helped Universal with American Werewolf in London, which also came out that same year. But nothing in this movie is good. The Endless Love song I've heard way before I knew about this movie. If you watched Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore, where the guy who drove the Zamboni, he actually, I believe, lip syncs this song. And that song was in that movie, so that's how I discovered the song Endless Love. And the song is fine. I think the song is good. They do play a Kiss song, which is kind of cool, but other than that, it's just nothing in this movie. I don't know how. For 1981, I know this was probably a big hit in 1981, but I know Siskel and Ebert reviewed it, and they put it in the dogs of 1981. This movie for me it's a bad watch from start to finish. I can't find any positives. And at the end of the day, stay far, far away from Endless Love. This movie is not even worth your time. I didn't pay much for this. I've seen this before at the Dollar General for like $3, and I was hesitant on picking this up. Then I was over at Steve's and I thought, sure, I'll pick it up. What? I'm like, the infamous Endless Love, and I'm like, okay, sure, maybe I might like this movie. No, nothing in this is that. And as a grown man who's in his 30s, I just could not find anything really that positive aside from the cinematography. But that's few and far between of a mess of a film. This was dumpster fire from start to finish. None of the characters I liked. Even the ending was completely stupid. And in the remake doesn't really... The remake actually had a better ending, if I could remember. And that was just okay. This is just bad. What happened when they made this movie? I thought, okay, a modern love story made in the 80s. Another one I'm trying to think of, that Christopher Reeve's Jane Seymour movie, Somewhere in Time. That movie had more heart than this. That movie was a love story done correctly. And that was made in 1980. This is made in 1981, folks. I don't know. I might get comments saying that, oh, well, you didn't pay attention. Oh, I paid attention to the movie, all right. I didn't even look at my phone. I was going to look at my phone, but this is just, wow. What happened when they made this movie? I don't know. Just stay far away from this. So let's go ahead and rate this right now. I'm going to give Endless Love, you obviously already know what this is going to be, an automatic 2 out of 5. This movie is definitely qualified my worst list. This was an easy pick. It was an easy rating to give this. I knew from start to finish what I was going to rate this, but I did not expect it to be this bad. I love 80s movies, but this is just a true example of how not to make a movie about, basically about, you know, love. This is where love done incorrectly. I mean, a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old in true love does not work. If it was maybe a couple in their 30s, it probably would work. It still would be bad, but it wouldn't be as bad as this. And like I said, this is just I don't know how to explain. I'm trying not to really explain, but it goes into the whole pornography. And in the movie, they focus more about the love aspect than giving us a good script. So yeah, skip Endless Love. I'm telling you guys from start to finish, this was basically just an hour 57 minutes of wasted time. It's 157 minutes I probably will never get back. But I will say this, at least I got another movie that will make it on the worst list. I do like Brooke Shields. I think she's really talented. But this, I will say, a lot of her earlier movies were kind of controversial. Blue Lagoon and this are the two examples of movies that were controversial for its time. I mean, it's the 1980s, but in this day and age, you couldn't get away from that. And the only difference about Endless Love, the remake, and this is the rating change. Endless Love 2014 was rated PG-13, so there's less of that. But this was a hard R-rated movie. And I will say this right now, if you had to pick one between the other, just go watch the 2014 movie. It's not great, but at least it wasn't as boring of a movie. I still didn't like the 2014 movie, and I thought Bruce Greenwood was the best part about that. This really had nothing to say. I wanted to think that the parents were likable, but all they do is just bicker, rant, and argue about it. And Brooke Shields cries like she's a 5-year-old. He says, "But I'm not a kid anymore," or something like that. I can't do a woman's voice. It's like, oh my gosh, would you just please calm down? So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about this. So yeah, just don't even bother watching the original. So that's my review of Endless Love. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content on the channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get the video notifications so you don't miss a single video on the channel. I'm also on Letterboxd, guys, so you can check me out there as well. I got tons of content on there. Lots of really good stuff on there. In addition to Universal reviews, I have DreamWorks movie reviews, and I also have my Vlog City series, so you can check me out there as well. So you can check out those videos. And like I said, tons of other content on the channel, but all you have to do is just subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get all the video notifications so you don't miss a single video. Click the like button if you do like the video. Leave a comment, tell me what you guys think of Endless Love. And yeah, like I said, just don't even bother with Endless Love. It's not even worth watching. It's not even worth your time. I mean, if you do want to check it out, be forewarned, it can be an uncomfortable watch. So that's it, guys. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys. Oh, bye.